There's something different about Kim Taehyung lately. Not only in his appearance, but also in the way he speaks, acts, and expresses himself. Longtime fans might be able to feel it. There's an aura of freedom that's slowly but surely getting stronger. The question is this a sign that HYBE, the giant agency that's been with him since his debut, is no longer able to control the idol? Is it true that Taehyung is now walking with full control over himself? It's time to open your eyes. Because a number of pieces of evidence that have emerged recently seem to strengthen the suspicion that Taehyung, or V from BTS, has broken out of the old scenario. He's no longer an idol who only moves within the framework of agency rules. He's no longer just a product. He's an artist, a thinker, an independent figure who's starting to create his own path. And here's the evidence that's making the K-pop world even more convinced that HYBE's control over Taehyung is slowly weakening. 1. Social media activity. That's no longer curated. Taehyung is one of the most active BTS members on Instagram. However, his activity is not just for promotions or posts that have been scheduled by the agency. He shares natural portraits of himself, night street scenes, music he listens to, even personal moments with friends outside the entertainment industry. His posts often feel spontaneous, without an official narrative. In fact, some of his posts seem to have not gone through agency filtering, something rare for K-pop idols, let alone from a group as big as BTS. This is where the public begins to realize Taehyung is speaking directly to the world without intermediaries, and that alone is surprising enough. Second, collaboration with artists and brands. Outside HYBE circle, Taehyung is not only appearing as a singer, he is starting to show his other side, as a photographer, art lover, and even fashion enthusiast. He has appeared in prestigious fashion editorials such as Elle, Vogue, and Harper's Bazaar, often with artistic direction that seems very personal. He is also seen close to famous designers and independent creators who have no direct affiliation with HYBE. Collaborations like this show that he has the autonomy to choose his own artistic path, which again, is not common under K-pop's highly controlling management. Third open statement in interviews, I want to be myself. In recent interviews, Taehyung has been open about wanting to create music that doesn't have to think about the market. He wants to write songs based on his emotions, not because of strategy or label demands. This statement, while simple sounding, is actually a subtle form of resistance to a system that has been very structured and sometimes restricts individual expression. He has also mentioned several times that he wants to take time alone, away from the spotlight, to recharge his batteries. Something that is very rare for idols with global popularity. Fourth, a lifestyle that is no longer controlled by the agency. Fans have begun to notice that Taehyung is often seen enjoying his free time with his friends outside of the entertainment world, such as Park Seo-joon, Choi Woo-sik, and Park Hyung-sik. He is free to travel, eat in public, and even be caught on camera attending art events or concerts without the massive security of K-pop idols. This is not just a lifestyle choice. This is a statement. He shows that he is able to live his life like an ordinary human being, not a figure who must always appear perfect behind the glass of agency control. 5. Solo project full of artistic freedom. His first solo album was a turning point. In the project, Taehyung clearly showed his taste in music which is more classical, jazzy, and full of emotional melodies. Not generic pop songs created for chart hits alone, but works that truly reflect his personality. He dares to take risks, presenting music that is not easily digested by everyone, but artistically rich. This is not a normal business decision. This is the step of a true artist who knows what he wants to convey and chooses to be honest with his work. Conclusion. When an idol becomes a whole artist, has HYBE really lost control of Taehyung? It could be. Or maybe Taehyung was never fully in control to begin with. It's just that now, he has the power to show it. The power of fame, experience, and the absolute trust of his fans around the world. What is clear is that Kim Taehyung is no longer just a star. He is rewriting the narrative of what it means to be an idol, not as a puppet on stage, but as an individual who is free to choose, speak, and create. And perhaps this is the most tangible evidence that times are changing, where agencies are no longer the center of power, and artists of Taehyung's caliber can shine brighter when they are right totally himself. Taehyung isn't going off the rails. He's making his own, and the world is watching. 6. Fans and media. React. Taehyung's new era. Phenomenon. Taehyung's transformation didn't happen in a vacuum. Fans around the world responded with admiration and support. On platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, analytical content emerged that dissected his every move. From the way he styles his Instagram feed, his style of speaking in interviews, to his fashion choices at prestigious events. The media didn't stay silent either. Many international outlets like Rolling Stone, Billboard, and Vogue praised his courage in expressing himself. They called him a true artist and an icon of freedom in an industry built on extreme order. This wasn't empty praise. It was a recognition of the real impact of Taehyung's departure from the norm. 7. The domino effect. Other BTS members and new generation idols. What Taehyung did also seemed to inspire other BTS members, and even a new generation of idols. Today, more idols are starting to explore their personal accounts, trying solo projects outside of their agency, and speaking out publicly. In many ways, Taehyung is an example of how an idol can be more than just a commercial face. He shows that being yourself is not a threat to success. It's actually a strength. And HYBE? They may be starting to realize that the old formula is no longer enough. Total control is no longer relevant in an era where the public wants authenticity. 8. Is this a step towards a separation? The question that is starting to arise among industry observers is Taehyung preparing the way to separate from HYBE? While there has been no official confirmation so far, there are many signs that make this assumption seem logical. BTS's contract with HYBE has been extended, but the individual freedom of each member is increasingly prominent. Taehyung, with his strong position as a visual and global icon, clearly has great bargaining power, even if he one day chooses to start his own label. If that happens, he will not only formally separate himself, but also symbolically break the chains of the traditional idol system. A revolutionary move that has probably never happened on such a large scale before. 9. Big meaning. Taehyung as a symbol of industry change. Taehyung's story is not just about one person wanting to be free. It's about an industry that is slowly having to adapt to a changing world. The digital age has empowered artists to shape their own narratives. They can speak directly to their fans, choose their career paths, and refuse to be treated as mere products. Taehyung is a symbol of all that, an icon of the transition between the era of idols being controlled and the era of artists being in control. It's undeniable that Taehyung's move brings a breath of fresh air, but also a threat to the Korean entertainment industry system that has long been known for being rigid and tightly structured. Many agencies are now starting to rethink. Is maintaining total control still relevant, or will it actually kill the creative potential of their artists? In this case, Taehyung is not just an artist, he is a pioneer, a mover in a new direction that paves the way for the next generation to be more than just idols. Conclusion. No longer restrained, Taehyung has taken off. HYBE may have made Taehyung a household name, but now that name is shaping his own future. We're witnessing something rare in Korean entertainment, a star who shines not just for his image, but for his authenticity and willingness to take risks. And as he takes increasingly independent steps, one thing is becoming clear. HYBE no longer has full control over Taehyung. He's chosen to fly free, and the world is ready to welcome him wherever he lands.